What's up there, fellas? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. Welcome to Famous Football. I'm your host, Nate. Let's talk football. Well, let's continue from where we left off in terms of transfer. But speaking of where we left off, Man United, they continue from where they left off last season, right? We know Man United was sitting 16, 17, and guess where they're sitting right now? Not very far. So, Man United, well done. Keep the trend going. Keep the tradition going. Where you left off, continue from there. But let's get into transfer, everything that is happening in terms of transfer from Chelsea to Man City or Spurs, everything that is happening. Let's get into it, right? What's going on with Chelsea? Well, it's pretty much the same thing. In terms of transfer, we know that Chelsea have to get rid of certain people for them to bring in the people that they want to bring in. And that's certain people in the outgoings. Jackson and Nkunku, I think they are the kind of like the primary outgoings because they are like the hold on the people that Chelsea wants to bring in. So once we are able to get those people out in Nkunku and Jackson, we can bring in the people we want to bring in because we know Sigmund Rena is on a hold because of that. We were trying to get rid of Nkunku. And speaking of Nkunku, he's linked with Villa because Villa cannot get a deal done with Jackson. They said Jackson is too expensive for them. So they're trying to see if they can get it done for Nkunku. Nkunku and the Chelsea value him around, 40 million, 45 million, around there. So they think that is more better than as compared to the Jackson deal that Chelsea is looking to get 70 to 80 million for Jackson, right? But we also know that clubs linked with Jackson, Newcastle is in the mix. We also talk about that. We know club from outside of England is also linked with Jackson as well. So let's see what happens with that, and hopefully they can get that soon. But apparently Chelsea is 100% sure, certain, and confident that Garnacho is going to be at the bridge. Garnacho is going to be a Chelsea player. So I know for sure if they're confident, I'm confident, right? That Garnacho is going to be wearing a Chelsea kit before the transfer window close or by the end of the transfer window. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that plays out, and hopefully everything happen as planned, right? We want to see Simmons. I can't wait to see him at Chelsea. I can't wait to see Garnacho. Let's see what they're gonna be cooking because Chelsea is confident in this guy, and all of the players Chelsea been confident in. They all been doing something okay. So let's see what happened with that. Like I said, and we will know. But again, and Asemino are off to Bayern. Asemino is on loan. Carney Chelsea got a permanent deal for him for 25 million. Yeah, we get in the bag. We are getting the bag. Dortmund was playing hard to get. They know they wanted this whole thing to happen. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, you know you want the player. Now you're trying to do the whole delay tactics thing. You wasted your own time. There we go. Carney Chukwuemeka to Dortmund. Good luck to him. He went there on loan last season. He had a brilliant time there, and apparently he wanted to go back because of that. He pulled other clubs aside. Leipzig were interested. He didn't want to talk to them, and other clubs that was interested as well. He only wanted Dortmund. His eyes were on Dortmund, and he got Dortmund. So congratulations to him. And Asemino, hopefully he can pick it up there as well. We know there's talent in there. We know he has something he can offer to the Chelsea squad in the future. So hopefully he can get as much playing time as possible, and then he can grow into the player that we want him to grow to, and he himself want to to grow to. But let's see what happens with that. But then there's also link with Tariq George, and we know Tariq George will also discuss in the Garnacho deal, according to Fabrizio Romano, that could be maybe we give them Tariq plus add up plus a little bit of money, and then they give us Garnacho, but they said no to that. It's no longer be discussed anymore. So now Tariq George is linked with Roma, right? So since Roma wants Sancho, and Sancho, I don't know, saying no to everybody and their grandmother because he won pretty much the same money that he's on United. Nobody's going to give you that, bro. You have to understand your level have dropped. Your level have dropped. What you used to do at Dortmund, you're not doing that no more. It's dropped. Now, if you think you can do it, you have to go somewhere, prove yourself for a season, and then maybe try to find a move somewhere that you can get the money that you think you deserve. But as of now, nobody's going to give you that money that, you own at Man United. Man United overpay for you 100%. Everybody knows that. But if he can find a move, good for him. But Tariq George is linked with Roma, and now this one I don't want him going on a permanent deal. I would rather alone, and I understand we're bringing way too many wingers in, so Chelsea will look to get him out on a permanent deal, which I understand. But will I want him living on a permanent deal? No, I would rather him living on a loan because I think there's potential there. I think there's also way too much ability that he may have, right? Now he's not 100% yet. He's not there yet, but the ability is there, the potential is there. We can see it. So let's send him on loan somewhere. And I know Chelsea don't want to use that loan spot right now as well, considering they already use 5 out of 6 international loan spot, right? So right now, if they send Tyree George on loan, then it's over. Because now with the deal with Nkunku and Jackson, if that doesn't go, if we don't get a permanent deal for the both of them, right, then maybe one of them can go on loan while the other person go on a permanent deal, right? So whatever happened with that, I think Chelsea is looking to kind of keep that one spot for one of them for worst case scenario concerning one of them. If either one of them stay and doesn't go on a permanent deal, then maybe they can put them on and they can leave on a loan. So maybe Tyree George, we have, if Roma come in with a good price, he might go on a permanent deal, and I don't want that. But I know Chelsea is going to put in a good sell-on clause as it goes. But let's see what's going on with that. Personally, like I said, I don't want him going on a permanent deal. I'd rather him stay at the club, not stay at the club or go on loan somewhere. Maybe even if it's in the Premier League, I'd rather him go on loan somewhere, like develop, become better and better, get as much playing time as possible, because you need that to get better. And then let's see what happens with him. But we move. Spurs trying to do something that is good. They have talked to Real Madrid about Rodrigo, to get Rodrigo on loan, on a season loan. Yeah, they are willing to pay his full salary. Now, we talked before that Man City is interested in the player. Man City wants him. Man City wants him on a permanent deal, but it's all up to the player. And I know if they can agree, if Man City can reach agreement with Real Madrid, but I don't think that would be the problem. They have the money. I think when they want the openness of the player, if Rodrigo give them the green light, then I think they will go ahead and talk to Real Madrid for that to happen. But Spurs, on the other hand, have gone to Real Madrid already, tell them they're willing to pay his entire salary on a loan deal. And Real Madrid think that's fair. But right now we're seeing that Rodrigo is integrated into the squad today. He's in the starting 11. So is that gonna give him more reason not to leave? Is that gonna give him hope why he should stay at the club? Let's see what happens. But Spurs, that's a bold move from Spurs, I'll admit. But Spurs is also interested in Savinho, right? This having gone quiet according to Fabrizio Romano. Spurs is still interested in the player, and they are willing to propose a new base, something around 75 to 80 million for the player, right? According to them, their manager raised the player. He thinks the player could be a superstar for the club in the future. And Savinho is also keen on the move as well. Like I told you, he wants a lot of playing time. He wants a lot of game time, right? And I think considering that the World Cup is coming up, he needs that to be able to get into the Brazil squad. Because right now, if you look at the Brazil squad, man, you need to be playing constant football to be able to get in there. João Pedro, not just João Pedro, but you have Rodrigo, Vinicius. In terms of wingers, they have a lot of options. So you need as much football time as possible to be able to get into that squad. And I think maybe going to Spurs right now, he could get that. Spurs is a top club. He will get the attention. He will get more playing time, and that would be good for him. But City also now really wanting to let him go. So I feel like they kind of playing a little bit of hardball here to get as much money as they can off of the player. So let's see how that goes. But good luck to Spurs, and let's see what turns out with them. And City and Donnarumma have come to an agreement in terms of personal terms. There's no problem there. They both club, the player and the club have come to a personal term, but then it's left with the club to club for they themselves to come to a personal term, to an agreement as well regarding the player. I told you earlier that PSG wanted 50 million, and I told you that 50 million price tag was just to get as much money as possible from the player, because they know Donnarumma is one of the best goalkeeper, if not the best goalkeeper in the world as of now. So they want as much money as they can from him. So that 50 million price tag was not really anybody gonna pay 50 million for Donnarumma, because we know you don't want the player, and right now you're kicking the player pretty much out of your squad, so you don't even want to keep him there. So that 50 million price tag is just, okay, we value him at 50 million, but they're not gonna, I don't know, nobody in their right mind would pay 50 million for Donnarumma. Not because he's not worth 50 million, because of the situation that is surrounding him as a player right now. PSG don't want him in the squad. They already kick him out of the squad. He already said his final goodbye, so everybody know that he's leaving. So whoever coming in for him, they will, they're looking to pay as minimal as possible as well. So like I said, they wanted 50 million, but I don't think that 50 million they're gonna get it. So I know City is discussing around 30 million, around there to see if they can get a deal done. But that simply means maybe Edison will be on his way out. We know he's linked with a couple other clubs, but he could be on the way out. And I think Donnarumma going there would be good for transfer as well. Is it James transfer? Yes, it would be good for him as well. Now we're seeing his last 2 games. He's not looking not bad, but not, the last game that he played against Spurs, he was absolutely awful. But the one before, obviously City dominated, he got a clean sheet. But this game against Spurs, that's not it. But Donnarumma going there, I think would be a good opportunity for him to learn and to kind of grow into himself as a goalkeeper. And then the pressure of him, kind of standing out or performing would be taken off his shoulder immediately with somebody with the caliber of Donnarumma comes into the club. I think it alleviates the tension and the pressure off of his shoulder a little bit, and that would be a good move for City and for Donnarumma as well. Because right now, if he can go to Man United, he ruin his life. Where else can he go? I don't think Chelsea's gonna go in for him, right? And where else he's gonna go? All let's say is at Liverpool. Liverpool is not gonna go in for him. Courtois, Real Madrid. Real Madrid is not gonna go in for him. So City is the best bet, his best bet right now. And him coming into the league, like I said, it makes the league better. It is good for him as well. It's the best league on the planet. Anybody can say that. But that's pretty much what's going on in terms of transfer. Right, we see a lot going on, a lot of games going on, but in terms of transfer, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what's going on. But I will have my Premier League review and La Liga review coming up for you tomorrow, right? So I'm waiting for every single, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. So keep your eyes out for that, because I know there will be a Premier League game on Monday. I'm sure there's going to be a La Liga game also on Monday, because I know Real Madrid played the last time, I think Monday or Tuesday. So after all of that, I will bring my review to you. So keep your eyes out for that. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I need it. Hit the subscribe button. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you very much. See you later. Cheers.